used to come out here, and the first credo was "Sleep's canceled."
Sleep's canceled.
We used to. I used to come out here, and we would work all night, and we make a banjo in the company, just you and me.
You'd be here for 4 days, and we'd make 3 complete prototypes.
Yes, and we would run just you and me in the middle of the night. We're in the shop, building all kinds of prototypes. Remember, we did the eagle, and we tried to make a flange out of steel.
Oh, 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah, and it would bend, and we would cut it again on the CNC and make another one, and then put it on the wood rim. And my goodness,
we tried so many things. And then the one time you heard about a new wood that was a hybrid that was being grown on plantations called Lyptus.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And it was a eucalyptus species that looked like mahogany, but it was much harder and much heavier. Mm-hmm. And you really wanted to try it. I finally got some boards in. Went to pick you up at the airport, and you said, "Can we stop and look at the Lyptus?" And I said, "Sure." So we go to the shop. This is after hours. Nobody's there but us, and you're hanging on the board, and you're looking at the board, and goes, "Can we cut a neck blank out?" Okay. This is late at night. You just flew in from North Carolina, and we cut a neck blank out, and it goes, "Can we glue the ears on?" And we before we went home that night to let you go to bed, we put the ears on. We machined the fingerboard peg head service in the truss rod side, and we put a truss rod in it before we even went home.
Yeah.
And then we made 3 whole banjos that trip.
Yeah, I know.
Lyptus didn't make it on the market. It was a good try.
It was, and I still think. And then remember we made the solid back Lyptus.
That was heavy.
The resonator itself weighed as much as an entire banjo. Yeah. And we thought it's an interesting concept, but I think we have to let this one go.
Do you still have that one?
I still have it in the attic. Yeah, but I collect these things. It's amazing, and all the things. And then one day I thought to myself, I was testing all these different wood rims, that I had, and in the meantime I already had 20 different wood rims, given to me by all kinds of people, who made sunken wood rims and everything, So I tested them all out, with different, and I would not test just put the tone ring in my banjo and then see how it sounds, I would then put, mahogany necks on it, maple necks, different tone rings, about 20 different ones, I would go for nights of testing and writing everything down and just, recording it and, and tuning the head always exactly to the same measurement, and trying different head tensions, different strings, different bridges, just to see really what it does, not just sort of, because, it could be misleading, you have a result and then you just would have to change, something else in order to equalize it out again and then see what it does. And so to really learn, you have to go through all the things, actually for me, and so I did that, with wood rim, and then I read up, with wood a lot, and I thought, about Boner again, who taught me a lot about wood. And so he said, well, the Arca pseudoplantanus, that is used, for violins is a great wood. So I started to research, the wood histories, of old guitar makers, and banjo manufacturers in Michigan, and how they would choose wood, and so I actually came across that American red maple is very close to is an amazing wood and is very, very close to European violin wood, and actually is used in lots of great violins, made by Jean-Baptiste in France, and that Rhode Island became called red maple state because, they exported so much red maple, and for all great instrument uses. And then we went to see Segmentovich, do you remember? In New York, and he stated, that red maple was about as good as a wood as you can possibly get. But of course, he wouldn't use it because his customer wanted European wood, But that the species is actually perfect, for sound.
But you, at this time, the same time, you would come to me and say, "Why are you using hard maple on your rims?" And my answer was, well, that's what banjos are supposed to be, because all of us banjo makers were using hard maple.
Yes, and hard maple sounds good, you know, and so we said, well, let's try something different. As you know, so also we went to the Good Times and we tried a red maple rim. You know, I think we went down to the lumber store. I couldn't wait, so we went down, just you and me, and just a soft maple, just bought soft maple. You know, not even red maple, just soft maple, which is still hardwood. You know, but it's we went, and so we glued up a wood rim just to see how it sounds in a good.
But that rim was bent with wood, with equipment that I first built way back in the early 80s that I had abandoned when Stuart McDonald started making 3-ply rims because my first equipment didn't work very well.
Yeah.
But now you're wanting us to make this soft maple, and the people that were making our rims for us at the time, I called them up, would you make some out of soft maple? And they said, no, we don't do that. We only use hard maple. So to make a soft maple rim, we had to start making rims ourselves again.
Yes, and you see, that was so fascinating from the beginning to me because I always loved machining, and my father was a machine, you know, how do you say, mechanic, you know, and he knew lots about, you know, material, you know, how to weld and work a lathe and all that, and so he was a machinist, really, you know. He became a hydraulic engineer, but he was a machinist. But he, as to begin with, so we always loved metal work. And what fascinated me most is when we first came to the company that you were actually inventing all these machines, how to, you know, bend the resonators, you know, how to glue them, how, you know, everything, every machine in the shop, you came up with, you know, and that was really fascinating because, you know, you were not just only interested in the banjo, you were interested in the entire manufacturing process of it. And that I learned so much from you in these years, you know, about the process, because that was alien to me. I only knew, you know, luthiers who would scrape away in their basement somewhere, you know, on individual instruments. And I've never been around, you know, somebody who thought, okay, let's put this into production, really make lots of them in a high quality. I've never seen anything like that. And